Hello, all you wonderful, wonderful people. I am Trainer276. I am your Final Fantasy XIV liaison for today, and today we are pressing on with Lil'Wolf's Chronicles through Eorzea, going through the post game. How good are we doing? Well, let's hop over to Monitor 2 real quick, where I need to readjust some sizes real quick. Boop. We'll pop up our tracker. This is the quest we're on, Coming to Terms. We've got a dungeon coming up. 2 dungeons coming up. Okay, we got about 5 dungeons left before we get to the end of the game. And then we press on into Heavensward. Right now, we're in the 7th Astral Error quest. We're coming to terms. I don't know how far we're going to get today. We are going to be joined today by my lovely wife on her character Eorzea. She's going to be healing us for when we go into dungeons. So let's press on. Where are we going? Well, right back through here. We got to pick up the next quest already. We're just going to jump right into it. We're going to try to press on. Not going to skip anything. Still going to read all the dialogue. But we're pressing on. Let's tell our free company member who logged in hi. And we're going to talk to Midfilia. A meeting with an Ishgardian ambassador. By all means, I think it's a wonderful idea. We have received no reports of aetheric disturbances or unusual beast tribe activity of late. Falfano believes your presence may help him to secure more favorable terms. I see no reason to deny him. Antecedent. I take it Lil'Wolf has explained the situation. He has. Yet welcome though these overtures are, I cannot help but wonder what prompted them. The Ishgardians have spurned all contact with the other city-states for decades. Why reach out now? Would that I knew. The question of their motives is one to which I have given no small amount of thought. Alas, I know no more than is generally known. The notoriously reclusive nation of Ishgard, situated at the center of Abalathea's spine, ruled by the Ishgardian Orthodox Church, at the head of which presides the Archbishop. Members of the original, or Eorzean alliance, formed in the wake of Alamigo's fall some 2 decades ago. Friends of Covenants, who withdrew from the alliance as soon as the Imperial fleet was routed at the Battle of Silver Tier Skies. I cannot speak today. It's been going on all day. I don't know what's going on. Since which time, their borders have remained closed to all outsiders. They have rejected every one of their former allies' calls to reopen dialogue, turning a deaf ear to their neighbors' pleas, even when the calamity loomed large. And on the fields of Cartano, where brave men and women laid down their lives in defense of the realm, their banners were conspicuously absent. Pardon me. I have tried to convince Ishgard to rejoin the alliance at every opportunity. I have explained over and over again that unless Eorzea stands united, we cannot hope to preserve our freedom. One by one, our nations will fall, as once fell Alamigo. And what have mine efforts yielded? Why not? Surely this can be considered a step in the right direction. I should hope so. Rather than the lowly messengers we have been fobbed off with in the past, this time we shall meet a man of genuine influence. Of course, I am not so naive as to think that they come to us out of the goodness of their own hearts. We have something they desire, though I have yet to find out what. But such is the nature of diplomacy. They will bring their agendas to the negotiating table, and so will I, along with a handful of incontrovertible truths. The Empire will soon be at our doorstep once more. Indeed, you may be assured that I will expound upon this point and others. Let us depart for Camp Dragonhead, Lil'Wolf. Our old friend, Lord Hoshfront, is expecting us. Since our quest to recover the Enterprise, I understand you have further ingratiated yourself with the man. Excellent work. His fondness may prove useful to our cause. Haha! Alright. To Camp Dragonhead. Upwards and onwards. Signs. Should probably put markers on there too. Where's combat? I think waymarks. Yeah, waymarks. Where can I throw them? get rid of the 2 Chocobos. There we go. Speaking of Chocobos, I need Geisel Greens. We're going to go try to find some. There's got to be somebody around here who sells them. I am running low. Low, low, low. Boop. You little bastard. Alright, everybody. See that? See that flying card right there that Captain of the Hunt William Kimber has? That is the triple triad mount. Only gotten if you have every triple triad card. All of them that are currently released in the game. All 326 of the darn things. It is no small undertaking. No small undertaking at all. Let's go to the merchant. We're going to purchase items. No. Field gear? Nope, that's actual gear. Nope, nothing. Let's check our mender. Ooh, we needed some mending. Why? Why am I forsaken? That's prisms. Wygon? Decline. What's going on there? Somebody over here has to have some Geisel Greens. If not, we'll head back to Gridania real quick. Nope, not you. Luxury trader, foreign merchants. Nope, okay. None of these people have it. Onwards to Camp Dragonhead. Maybe they have it. I doubt it, but we'll see. Whee. Now, something you may notice. I'm already level 57. In the past, when this was fresh content, you'd still be at level 50. You would have never leveled. We are more than likely going to be at level 60, which is the max level for the Heavensward expansion before we ever even get into Heavensward. Yeah, fun times. Now, before we go on with our quest, I want to check the merchants just real fast. They're right around the corner. I want to see if they have Geisel Greens, because I've only got 13 left. Merchant and Mender, purchase items. Still no? No? You bums. Here we go. Ah, Lil'Wolf. Ever a welcome sight. Our hearths have been stoked to blazing in preparation for your arrival. It would not do for such a distinguished personage to catch cold whilst enjoying our hospitality. The gesture is much appreciated. I fear I shall ever struggle in cold climes. Ah, good Master Alphino. An honor, as always. Likewise, Lord Hosherfont. Forgive us yet another imposition. I fear we have relied overmuch on your aid since you so generously assisted us in locating the Enterprise. Nonsense. Any debts incurred have long since been repaid. Besides, who can say what the future may bring? House Fortemp may even seek the aid of your newly formed Crystal Braves. In any case, I am simply delighted that the Holy See is at last willing to grant you an audience. No doubt, your discoveries at Snowcloaked helped to justify the decision. This recent resurgence in heretical activities is of grave concern to us all. But to the matter at hand, Sir Amric arrived in Camp Dragonhead earlier, and I am told he is eager to meet with you at your first convenience. You are doubtless weary from your journey and desirous to rest a while by the warmth of our hearth. But if you are willing to forego such comforts, pray inform the knight stationed outside the intercessory. He will grant you entrance and send word to the other attendees. As inviting as your hearth sounds, I think it best we proceed with the intercessory forthwith. Alright. Outside we go. Unless that was a... Nope, it was not a Drageo. I don't think it's a Drageo. Nope, not a Drageo. Round the corner we go. We have been expecting you, sir. Pray, take your ease inside, and I shall summon the others. Yes, we shall go inside.
Have faith, my friend. You need only state your case with confidence and clarity.
Commander Lil'Wolf, it is both an honor and a pleasure to meet you. I am Emeric, Lord Commander of the Temple Knights.
Alphino Lil'Wolf, at your service. Your reputation precedes you, Sir Emeric. I think we will find that we have much in common.
Speaking of reputations, yours towers over us all. Does it not?
It does indeed, Lord Commander.
I am not too proud to admit that I have followed your activities with an interest bordering on fascination. Full glad was I to learn that you would be joining us. Now then, shall we begin?
We know full well that the Garleans will return in force ere long. What is more, we have yet to achieve a lasting victory over the primal menace. The beast tribes continue to summon their gods, and each incarnation is stronger than the last. Ishgard is not immune to these threats. I must reiterate that it would behoove your nation to rejoin the Eorzean alliance.
Once again, I must respectfully disagree.
On what grounds?
Despite their presence in Kurthus, the Ixal do not concern us. Their territorial claims pertain to Gridania lands, and it is the people of Gridania whom they harry. Consequently, the Holy See judges this to be a Gridanian affair, and Ishgard does not intervene in the internal affairs of other nations. Even were that not the case, our forces are wholly committed to the Dravanian conflict. We have not the knights to spare. As for the Garleans, we are not ignorant of history. We have observed the rise and expansion of the Empire, and we agree that it is only a matter of time before they resume their campaign in Eorzea.
Then surely it would be in our best interests to present a united front.
Mayhap one day, but not yet. Gaius van Belsar is dead, and the legion of conscripts he left behind lacks the will to fight. We think it highly unlikely that they will emerge from behind the walls of their castra for some time.
Forgive me, but if Ishgard's position has not changed, why did you agree to this meeting?
It was not only as a representative of Ishgard that I came here.
Pardon?
It is not within my power to change Ishgardian policy, regardless of my personal feelings. There is, however, one area in which I may exert a measure of influence. Concerns have been raised over the supplies House Fortin has offered to Revenant's toll. These have led to calls for restrictions on the provision of aid to foreign powers. I can ensure that the shipments continue unabated.
Sir Emmerich, we would be in your debt.
No, you would not, for I require something in exchange. Of late, there has been a flurry of Dravanian activity, the purpose of which was not immediately clear. However, our astrologians have since observed alarming changes in the heavens. The dragon star waxes unnaturally bright, and there are whispers that it portends the resurrection of Midgard-Sorma.
The fallen guardian of Silvertear Falls? That's absurd.
Full many times have I gazed upon the dragon's corpse still wound around the Agrius, and wondered how different our world might be if it yet lived to plague the skies. I do not know, and I do not wish to know, nor does any son of Ishgard. Yet the mere presence of Dravanian forces is not sufficient grounds to send knights to Mordone, whatever our astrologians say. As I told you before, we have not the forces to spare.
But we do. So you will intervene on our behalf if we agree to watch over the Keeper of the Lake.
Do you accept these terms?
I do. I will see that you are kept abreast of any developments. I regret that we could not come to a similar agreement on other matters, but I understand that you are not at liberty to make such decisions. Nevertheless, I hope that what we have accomplished here today will serve to demonstrate to your countrymen that we can work together towards a common goal. Mayhap one day we shall look back on this moment as the first step towards a united Eorzea.
Mayhap we shall, Commander.
What is the meaning of this? The caravan, my lord. It's been attacked. It was Iceheart, my lord. What? By the Fury? All our precautions were for naught?
Shields clipping into the chair. Alright. And we'll take the money. Quest completed. Sigh, just when we were starting to make progress. And to make matters worse, the caravan they spoke of was bound for Revenant's Toll of all places. Honestly, were I so inclined, I should think the gods were conspiring against us. Happily, however, I am not. I would know more of this attack. Let us speak with Lord Hostrafront and find out what he has learned. Hostrafront. Say hello to the Free Company people, because it is the polite thing to do. It's a Drageo. Hello, Drageo. I'll hit the trade button. Ah. I went a little too quickly. Ah, thank you very much. Yes, that is much needed. Thank you. Thank you. I shall do. Thank. Aha! That one works. Wait, where am I going? I'm going in this building. I got turned around. Cutscene. My sincerest apologies for the interruption, my friends, but the situation is such that we must act swiftly. If you'd be so kind as to elaborate. Iceheart's heretics fell upon the caravan bound for Revenant's Toll as it was passing through Boulder Downs. 'Twas an ambush, swift and ruthless. In an instant, every knight was slain, every crate seized. Then, as quickly as they had appeared, they were gone. 'Twould be an impossible feat without knowledge of the route, knowledge to which only a select few are privy, I presume. Quite. We can pursue that avenue of inquiry in due course. It seems to me that examining the scene of the ambush should be our first concern. The trail is yet warm. We must act swiftly, as Lord Hoshafant said, lest crucial evidence be lost. You have a knack for discerning hidden truths, Lil'Wolf. Why don't you go and inspect the ambush site in person? Excellent idea. Inform my men of your intent upon arrival. They will gladly share their findings. Down to here. Nope. Down to here. This is not a mountain you can fly over. You can only go but so far up. All right. The music is deathly quiet. It's a bit foreboding. What surprises are in front of us? There's the caravan. Move along, adventurer. There's nothing for... Eh? Lord Hoshafant bid you speak with us. Then you must be... Beg your pardon, Scion. As you can see, they left a nary crate behind. Tipped the wagon for good measure, even. Whole thing's a bit odd, if you ask me. Would have been easier just to steal it. Though a damn sight harder to conceal it, I'll allow. Reckon they came prepared, probably with wagons of their own hidden away off. But pay no heed to my ramblings. Absent of proof, 'tis naught but speculation. Might be as the squire receiving care at the observatorium could tell you something more factual. That is, if he's awake. Unlike myself, he was there during the attack. Not that his presence amounted to much. Alright, now we're probably going to have to go and talk to the person who got hit. The ambiance. Nope, if he's not here, he must be up the stairs. You've come to ask me about the attack, haven't you? We came upon them before the entrance to the Hall of the Seven Echoes. Pilgrims. We marked them as lost and ill-equipped for a journey further north. Our leader called out to them, and one stepped forward to answer. Slowly she approached, her silver hair flowing in the wind like melting snow. Just a young girl, I thought, some poor lost lamb in search of salvation. Our leader must have thought the same, else why would he let her draw so close? They exchanged some words. I couldn't hear. She leaned forward as if to kiss his cheek. And then he sighed and crumpled to the ground. I didn't know what happened until I saw the snow turn red. And then there was red everywhere I looked. I tried to fight, but I took a blow to the head. By the time I came to, the others were dead, and the heretics were unloading the wagon. I couldn't. I mean, they'd have killed me, so I just lay still and listened. Iceheart's people spoke of deliverance and resurrection, and they spoke of Shiva. Flying motorcycle. Whee. Okay, no, he's He's in the building. It doesn't look like it, but that's what it says. Oh, it's Alpha now. Ah, you've returned. What news have you for us? It seems the Lady Iceheart does not scruple to sully her hands with blood. Who is this Shiva the heretic spoke of? Have you not read a single line of the Enchiridion, Master Alphina? Shiva was a traitor to kith and kin, an apostate who laid down with dragons. Now, we cannot expect all foreigners to know Ishgardian scripture so well, particularly when it concerns the patron saints of heretics. Wait, you say she is their patron saint? Oh no, it all makes sense now. Lord Hoshafont, what was the caravan's cargo? Ah, if I recall correctly, the Diamond Forge had requested a rather large quantity of crystals. Do you not see? Iceheart and her followers intend to summon Shiva, as a beast tribe would a primal. Why else would they go to such lengths to secure crystals? Sure. I shall inform the Lord Commander at once. Lord Hoshafont, you would agree that discretion is of paramount concern. Of course. I trust we can count on your continued support, Master Alphina. The Scions of the Seventh Dawn are sworn to combat the primal threat. Our support is a given. I will need to send word to my brethren in Reverend's Toll. Our entire order must turn its efforts to the prevention of this summoning. Naturally, that includes you, though I am sure you would not miss this for the world. Take the money. Quest completed. The persistent attacks on our caravans seemed little more than a nuisance at first. The heretics were a problem, to be sure, but a relatively minor one. That was before I discerned the purpose behind their attacks, of course. Now, they have my undivided attention. After appraising Menfilia of the situation, I shall summon a unit of Crystal Braves to assist us. As for you, Lil'Wolf, pray, join me in White Brim Front. Since the incident at Snowcloak, the Knights of House Durandare have redoubled their reconnaissance efforts in the region. It is my hope that they have information which may help us to determine precisely where the heretics are hiding. Given our mutual enemy, Lord Drillmont should be eager to oblige us. I shall see you there, then. Good. Whee! Out west we go. The Scions of the Seventh Dawn wish to join in the hunt for Iceheart. Your assistance is more than welcome, my friends. Considering the report I just received, I dare say your timing could be no better. Well, we are all ears, Lord Drillmont. A band of pilgrims was seen transporting a large number of crates to the west. Their garb appears to match the description provided by the squire who survived the attack. Alas, our scouts lost track of them at Snowcloak, that self-same frozen wall which was speculated might conceal the heretics' hideaway. Suffice it to say, the disappearance of these pilgrims and their provisions all but confirms our suspicions. I have heard enough. My knights will join the hunt. I took the liberty of summoning a unit of Crystal Braves to White Brim Front. Given the gravity of the situation, I trust you will agree that we must use every resource available to us. These are extraordinary circumstances, Commander. It would be in our best interest to coordinate our efforts. Such was my intent from the start, Sir Emmerich. And so it begins, my friend, though I dare say it will prove an all too brief collaboration. Iceheart will not elude the combined forces of the Crystal Braves and the Temple Knights for long. Nevertheless, A wise man does not wager all upon the success of a single solution. There may yet be subtler means by which we can locate the heretic's lair. Mayhap Lord Dromont has one in mind? I mean, you're standing right there talking in front of him. Why would he not just speak up? Why? Oh, cutscenes. Let's see. What's going on? Yes. Yes. Excellent. My lady, everything has been accounted for. If there is aught else you would have us do, pray speak, and it shall be done. More money. It seems as though we are always one step behind, our quarry ever just beyond our reach. Though I would like to believe that the tables are about to turn, I must confess to having certain doubts. A joint effort may succeed where others have failed, but could yet yield the same self-same results. Fortunately, we are not without other options. I trust you haven't forgotten Inquisitor Gilliam. We have not. The mystery of how the heretic remained undiscovered for so long has been much in our thoughts, as has the question of what steps might be taken to prevent a similar breach of security in future. Accordingly, we conducted an exhaustive and covert evaluation of everyone in White Brim Front. Though some were found to have committed certain minor transgressions, we identified only one possible heretic. This man has pledged himself to Aeslar's cause. You will have taken note of the movements of the Temple Knights and the Crystal Braves, and upon recognizing their intent, you may attempt to warn the heretics. The man's watch is to end soon, at which point he must report to Sir Jeantamont in the yard. I would have you keep an eye on him. If he ventures beyond the walls, follow him discreetly. Should he meet with a heretic, do not interfere. Simply watch and listen. I have seen to it that the suspect knows nothing which could endanger our plans. Alright. Whee! The suspected heretic leaves through the southwest gate. Follows the road east. He heads south. Hey, hey, where in the seven hells are you? I'm freezing my bollocks off here. I'm here, you blundering oaf. Why are you late? Standing on the wall, why else? I have duties to fulfill, you know. Your sole duty is to the... Bloody echo, lower your voice or they'll hear us in White Brim Front. Yes, yes, of course. The Temple Knights are Mumble Mumble in Snowcloak. This is what you bring to me? We already knew about Mumble Mumble. Our comrades in Boulder Downs will use the tunnels, Mumble Mumble. Dead before they know what's happening. Nevertheless, Mumble Mumble. If you waste my time again, is that clear? And back we go. No, not back there. This way. And down. Well, did your investigation bear fruit? I see. I shall have the man detained at once. His guilt is plain. Would that you could have heard their words more clearly. Yet, the few snatches you were able to make out are nonetheless enlightening. It would seem the heretics are aware of our operation, and confident that they can thwart it. Their comrades in Boulder Downs are key to their plans, which means it is key to our plans that they be rooted out, put to the sword. More money. Yep, more money. We have long suspected that the heretics use a network of secret tunnels to traverse the highlands undetected. Given what you overheard, I fear that Snowcloak may be riddled with such passageways, and that the heretics in Boulder Downs are planning to use them to take our forces unawares. Needless to say, we cannot allow that to happen. A contingent of House Durandare Knights are on patrol in that area, and I shall order them to begin searching for the heretics at once. But knowing nothing of our enemy's numbers or readiness, I cannot say for sure they will be sufficient. It would put my mind at ease if you would consent to assist my knights with the search. I know they would take courage from your presence, and presence of so storied a warrior. Pray, rendezvous with them at Boulder Downs. If Halon is kind, we may catch the heretics before their plans come to fruition. Show them no mercy. The lives of our allies are at stake. I don't want emotes. Thank you. Whee! Oh no, 1 second. Sorry, I had to exploded. Alright, where are we going? Down to the other side. Yes, I exploded. I had the sneezers. Looks like somebody else is doing the same thing. Are you all done with yours? Back to Drillmont. Gotta help the people out. Why not, right? Sorry, I have an itchy nose. But it was just the tip. Alright. Back in to see Drillmont. My knights sent no word of your coming. What has happened? What is that in your hand? By the Fury, those were veterans with years of service. And now they lie dead in the snow. Their bodies must be recovered and... No, we have not the men to spare. Not now. Not while Iceheart prepares to summon an abomination. The heretics you dispatched were not of sufficient number to contend with the combined strength of the Temple Knights and the Crystal Braves. There must be others, and I'll wager they are on their way to Snowcloak as we speak. To make matters worse, it seems the traitor you followed managed to pass the heretics something of value after all. The parchment you recovered is a timetable of the guardsmen's watches at our outpost in Snowcloak. The traitor was stationed there long before he aroused our suspicions. Would that we had caught him sooner. With this information, the heretics would know when the watch was weakest. They could use their tunnels with impunity to prepare their ambush. The timetable has not changed, you see. Of course, it will be changed now, but the heretics may already be in position. House Durandare must send reinforcements, even if it means withdrawing knights from the Stone Vigil. I can see no other way to safeguard the lives of our allies. Boop, ba, doop, boop. Time is of the essence. While my knights make ready to depart, the heretics may take our allies in Snowcloak unawares. Superior training and equipment will avail them naught if they are cut down ere the swords are drawn. But all is not yet lost. If you leave now, there may still be time to warn them. Make haste. I beseech you, fly to Snowcloak and tell Sir Amaric everything we have discovered. Oh. See, now the thing is the last time I did this, we couldn't fly yet. You just had to run there on a mount. Now I can actually fly. Fly, you fools! While I kill the Balrog and get all the experience. I mean, wait, what? Alright. This is a welcome surprise. Perhaps the only one thus far. As you can see, we have yet to uncover any hidden... You have my gratitude. Truth be told, we suspected the heretics might be plotting such an attack. Now that we have confirmation, I shall place my knights on high alert. Has Commander Louviere been informed? The Braves must be made aware. It must be here. I am certain of it. Why else would they go to such lengths to defend Snowcloak? 'Tis but a pity this discovery comes when our enemy has us at such a disadvantage. Forewarned though we be, the heretics know the terrain far better than we. I dare not think how many are watching us at this very moment. Confound it, this is all wrong. Iceheart has us scrambling to save our own skins, when we should rightly be straining every sinew to find her and stop this damnable summoning. There she is! Come here, girl. That was close. They didn't hurt you, did they? Only my pride, Yida. There will be others nearby. We must see that they are given a similarly warm welcome. Commander Lil'Wolf. Papalamo. There's been a development, sir. Together with the Temple Knights, we have secured the entrances to some half-dozen tunnels, after spotting the enemy breaking the surface. But that is not all, sir. We think that one of them may be important. Certainly, the heretics near flung themselves upon our swords to defend it. Aha, just as I suspected. Amongst this warren of tunnels lies the entrance to Iceheart's lair. Summon the others. We're going in. A moment, Alphino. The tunnel in question is barely wide enough for 2 men abreast. I cannot say with any certainty where it leads, much less what is waiting for us there. Furthermore, we have no way of knowing how many heretics are still lurking here on the surface. What if they were to converge on this point after we entered the tunnel? For all we know, we could be funneling our forces into a trap. Papalamo is smart. I take your point. If the tunnel is indeed as narrow as you say, greater numbers would be more a hindrance than a help. Should we encounter difficulty, our own allies would become an obstacle to escape. Change plans. While we rendezvous with Sir Amaric and keep the heretics at bay here, you will go wherever that tunnel leads. If you find Iceheart at the end of it, do not let her escape. You venture into the unknown, so see that you are prepared for anything. I suggest you call upon your allies, though not too many, or Papalamo will sulk. 36 people should do it. No? Okay. The entrance to the tunnel, sir? It's just over here. Had we not seen the heretics breaking the surface, we would have never noticed it. Per Sir Amaric's orders, we will stand guard outside. Please be aware that even should you encounter significant resistance, we cannot leave our post. Snowcloak is now available. Alright. Well, first things first. Let us invite Trigeo. Invite to party. See if the free company has people that can help. We have 16 members on. Am I part of it? No. Oh, you're a part of it. I'm just going to wait a brief moment, see if we have any takers. All right. Let's see, we have Ari coming. All right, we got Harry. All right. Should probably find the ready check. Alright. Purdy. Throw on our Iron Will. Ooh, we got a Mechanist. Hey, 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 come back here. Stop hitting the whip. Stay out of that. All right. Moving on forward. Big old white bear. No, don't get in that. You face this way now. Nope. Mechanist already got it. He's on point. Or Ari's on point. I don't like bombs. Bomb, please. Thank you. Usually bombs go boom, and I don't like boom. Alright, let's figure out this boss mechanic. else got them. And down for the count. Ooh, ice fruits. I think we need to wait for the wind. There we go. Gotta stay out of the blowing wind, darling. There we go. Alright. That's a Yeti. It's a snow Yeti. This one's gonna be fun. Get your butt back here. You attacked me. Alright. It's really pretty in here. Ramble bush. Alright. Alright. The door to oblivion. Ah, wrong way. Mapping the realm's Snowcloak. Oops, sorry, Pop. Hopefully I didn't get you. Oh, Fenrir. Let's turn the puppy around. Let's hit you, let's hit you, let's do some damage reduction, let's do our damage over time. How's it you store? down rather fast. That's good. And done. Do 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 do.
Their tales do not do you justice, warrior of light. Yes, I know who you are, and you know who I am. I was given the name Eorzea, but I earned the name Iceheart. This endless cycle of hatred, of bloodshed, of sorrow. You would see it continue, O noble warrior of light. I would not. I will not. I will bring an end to this war between dragon and man, no matter the cost.
I think you're doing it the wrong way.
In time, you will come to understand that what we do for the greater good. For Eorzea, for Heidelin.
Alright. Oh no! The party is gone. I shall wave to Drageo. That took longer than I expected. What news? So Iceheart is but a pseudonym. Not that it matters. That she managed to escape is regrettable. But from your description of that beast, you did well to come as close as you did. In any case, now that you have cleared a path, the Temple Knights can begin to survey the tunnels in earnest. Mayhap, they will even find a route past the ice wall. Wouldn't that do wonders for their fight against the heretics? The Crystal Braves would certainly share the credit for it too. 12 be praised. We may yet turn this situation to our advantage, assuming we stop Iceheart before she summons Shiva, of course. Needless to say, our fellow Scions have not been idle. Minfilia and Eorzea have been busy pursuing the archives of House Forten, gathering what information they can on Shiva. Which reminds me, if you were intending to trudge back to Camp Dragonhead to report on the day's events, don't. The antecedent should be here any minute. I can only assume some people enjoy subjecting themselves to this cold. Antecedent. You come to us straight from the archives of House Fortem. I trust your time there proved fruitful. Would that it had. Eorzea and I scoured countless texts, but what we found was of questionable veracity. Accounts of Shiva's life and deeds are sparse and contradictory, only agreeing upon one point. She lay down with a dragon, the gravest of all sins according to the Ishgardian faith. Yet in the eyes of Iceheart's followers, this was a holy act, the blessed union of man and dragon. How such a thing could even be possible is quite another question. Suffice it to say, I very much doubt that we will find a useful answer in the archives of House Fortem. Much knowledge has been lost over the centuries, though in this case, one wonders if by circumstance or design. You said that Iceheart took a moment to plead her case prior to escaping, did you not? Viewed without prejudice, most would agree that bringing an end to an endless war serves the greater good. I think Sir Emmerich might take issue with her methods. I agree. I do not care if a few stragglers manage to escape. Until the sappers confirm that the tunnel is safe, the men are not to search it. Yes, Lord Commander. You pursue your foes with less zeal than I had expected, Sir Emmerich. Lest you misunderstand, I do not deny that our enemy has given us good reason to be prudent. I merely meant, you being a man of faith, that I expected a certain single-mindedness. After all, was it not by the will of Halan that your ancestors came to this land? Why they took up arms against the Dravanians? What would they have done in your position, I wonder? There are those who believe that faith is a renunciation of free will, that questioning devotion is required of all who would live a life in the service to the Fury. Such righteous fervor may well serve a knight on the front line, less so a leader of men. We are all at liberty to interpret the scriptures as we will. I choose to believe that the Fury would value the lives of her followers over the deaths of her enemies, but I would not presume to speak for the Knights of Eld. It was a different time, nay, a different era, and Scripture tells us only so much. Would that it told us more. That man is awfully pragmatic for a servant of the Holy See. A welcome trait at the negotiating table, to be sure, less so when one's enemies are making ready to harness the power of a god. Mayhap he does not truly believe that Iceheart's plan can succeed. Truth be told, I too remain somewhat skeptical. Shiva was real, a living, breathing woman. Of that there can be no doubt. In this respect, she differs from every other figure to have been summoned, each of whom was worshipped as a god. The sole exception being good King Mogulmog XII. The myth made manifest is response to the fervent supplications of the Mughals' Saint Shiva may differ, but what of the heretics? They are a tribe of outcasts at war with a mighty nation, who yearn for the resurrection of the one who embodies their beliefs. If that is not placing one's faith in a higher power, then what is? Crystals and conviction, Minfilia. They have them both in abundance. Can that truly be all that is required? My survey team has concluded a preliminary analysis of the Aetheryte Iceheart used to escape. They believe that she teleported to another Aetheryte, somewhere not far to the west. Despite the apparent proximity of the second Aetheryte, however, they have been wholly unable to detect its presence directly. Unless Iceheart has some means to mask its signal, can only presume she had it destroyed to prevent us from following her. Without the means to teleport as she did, we have no choice but to search for an alternate route, most likely a tunnel, assuming one exists. Let us not give up on teleportation just yet. One of our colleagues in Charlian may be able to assist us. I pray that you are right. I dare not think how long it will take us to survey the entire tunnel system. Alright. Oh, more cutscene. While Menthuya looks into our Aetheryte problem, I would like to request your assistance with another matter. The 3rd unit is currently tracking the remnants of the heretics force which attacked us. However, the search goes poorly, despite our numbers. Korthus is vast, and Iceheart's followers know the terrain far better than we. Your knowledge of this region may serve to hasten the process. The sooner we capture Iceheart's followers, the sooner we can press them for their leader's whereabouts. Also, though it is admittedly a selfish request, I feel that my braves would benefit immensely from working alongside you. While we have our share of veterans, we also have more than a few less experienced recruits, many of whom look up to you, in case you were not aware. Good. I knew you would understand. Yu Hase can appraise you of the details. When the task is complete, come and find me at the Observatorium. Captain Ilbert and I are meeting there to discuss the latest developments in his investigation. The Temple Knights shall hold Snowcloak in our absence. Let us leave them to their work. Ours is more pressing. There you are. Commander Louvier instructed me to wait for you. Your assistance is most welcome. Believe me, most of the 3rd hail from Ul'dah, and for a man accustomed to the feel of sand beneath his boots, the crunch of snow can be rather disconcerting. But to the matter at hand. Nary a moment ago, I received word that the heretics we seek have been spotted making for Danafin Pass. My braves are already in pursuit. I should be grateful if you would join them. I myself shall be taking part in the hunt. Never let it be said I do not earn my coin. Alright. Pressing on. Pardon me. It's a yawny day. Balls, my ankle is on fire. Caught my boot on a rock or something and twisted it as I fell. The others went on ahead through Danafin Pass. Hurry and you might catch up. If you aren't sure where to go, look for tracks. The snow is fresh, so they shouldn't be hard to find. Over the snow and through the tunnels to the fight that we go. Alright, Fresh Prince. Bel Air. I mean, wait, what? The tracks lead southeast. Scion, what are you doing here? The heretics? I'm not sure. There was a great scaled beast and... Yuhase? I think he went east on his own. The heretics split up, so we did too. There we go. I think I got rid of them. How embarrassing. I was so intent on following the heretics' tracks that I almost failed to notice they had doubled back. Almost, mind you. One tried to sneak up behind me and got a knife in the gut for his troubles. Thought myself alone, so I started searching the dead man's knapsack for anything of interest, and lo and behold, before his friends found me, I came upon this. Withdraw in groups of 3 or less to the observatorium. Give the signal and wait. The merchant will be watching. Be late and be left for dead. Speaks for itself, does it not? They can't possibly mean to rendezvous inside the place, so we should restrict our search to the surrounding areas. Let me rephrase that. You should restrict your search to the wilderness around the observatorium. I will need more than a moment's rest to recover from these wounds. I am through with listening to your excuses. We leave now. How? The woods are crawling with those bluecoats, and the knights are searching every wagon that passes through the gates. Well, stay with him then if you think you'll fare any better. Now, there's no need for that. There are places like this in my homeland. Sacred snow-capped peaks where blood must not be shed. Yet your lands ever thirst for the blood of the fallen, and by your deeds it is drunk deep. No, I have done no wrong. None but meet in secret with heretics. Deny it all you will. We shall have the truth from you yet. Inquisitors are not the only ones skilled in the art of interrogation. Damn it all. Fancy meeting you here. I presume your work with the third brought you hither. What a tangled web. Lest you wonder, we came not for the heretics, but for the merchant who has been conspiring with them. He came to our attention during the course of our investigation into the ivy. It beggars belief, I know, but it seems our favorite Garlean spy may have been providing assistance to Iceheart. Were it not for the efforts of Lady Yagiri and her shinobi, we might never have discovered this connection. Master Alphino is too kind. I fear my people and I have done little to aid your search for this spy. We long to strike back at the Empire and weaken their influence in this land, to prevent the tragedy which befell Doma from reoccurring. The days ahead and the work they promise will require a very particular set of skills. Skills, which I am fortunate enough to possess. If you will allow it, I would accompany you until the investigation is complete. Phalanx, buddy! Good to see you. Hopefully you are doing well. If you're not following or don't know who Phalanx is, he is a wonderful streamer. He plays a lot of World of Warcraft. He's taking a little bit of a break and playing some No Man's Sky. Should go over and send him some love. You're still living. Yes, you are, buddy. Sorry your work schedule's been a little bit overtaxing, we'll say. Let's see, the days ahead and... Oh, until investigation is complete. That is most generous, offered Lady Yagiri, and one of which I gladly accept. Thank you. Though I may disappear for a time, know that I shall never be far, and shall always be watching. A comforting thought. Come, let us wait inside for Captain Ilbert to return and deliver his report. Still living. Glad you are still living, buddy. Hopefully you and the tiny heathen are doing well. Ooh, 5 a.m. on a Saturday. No, buddy. No, say it ain't so. Say it ain't so. I will not go. Where am I going? This guy. Captain Ilbert seems confident that the merchant's resolve would swiftly crumble when pressed. So, we should have new information ere long. As to whether it will bring us any closer to learning the Ivy's identity, I would rather not say. Given our adversary's cunning, I shall consider us fortunate if we are spared another wild dodo chase. Gods know, we have more than enough to occupy our time as it is. I'm going to guess that they're undermanned, understaffed, and still have work to catch up on, Dragon. That is good, Phalanx. I'm glad that you'll be able to get a chance to see her. I know that situation all too well in my former life. Next quest. Captain Ilberd, your report, if you will. Aye, Commander. Firstly, with regard to the heretic we captured, I regret to say that the man could not tell us naught that we did not already know of Shiva. We have since handed him over to the Ishgardian authorities. Henceforth, the Holy See will pursue the matter independently. Our inquiries concerning the Ivy, however, have proven more fruitful. We have ascertained the channel by which the heretics acquired their information on the shipment routes. Go on. You will recall the flame we first identified as being in the Ivy's employ? From him, we were able to trace a trail of conspirators, each taking us closer to his master. Alas, the trail came to an abrupt end. Fearing that the investigation had been compromised, we took the necessary step to detaining all suspected of conspiracy. There were 5 on our list, including a flame stationed at Revenant's Toll. Let's see here, I'm almost done with my desk though, just having to make some adjustments. Underestimated the space it really needed. I can understand that. I've had to rearrange my room several times, buddy. The man's primary duty was to keep an inventory of donations from abroad, the particulars of which he would share with benefactors, thereby ensuring that needs did not go unfulfilled. By virtue of his role, he was privy to the details of all shipments bound for the settlement. Needless to say, that included those originating from House Fortin. He knew the precise route the caravan would take, and he sold that information to a merchant. I think I can guess which one. None other. With a little encouragement, he soon confessed to knowingly aiding and abetting the heretics. Well, that is one mystery solved at least. What of the Ivy? Are we any closer to prizing off his mask? I dare say we are, Commander. Our relentless pursuit has forced him to commit a grave error. In a desperate bid to cover his tracks, the Ivy resorted to exercising certain administrative powers available only to high-ranking members of the Immortal Flames. If you consider, then, that our investigation is known to barely a handful of them, the field of suspects is greatly narrowed. You mean to say the ancient is among Robon's innermost circle? Someone who has been with him since the Immortal Flames' establishment? 'Tis the most plausible explanation. The infiltration likely occurred during the company's founding, with the groundwork for the act being laid beforehand. To slip into a position of authority unremarked, and remain above suspicion all these years. Aye, I too was surprised, though I really should not have been. Of the 3 grand companies, Ulda's was ever the more vulnerable to infiltration. Both Limsa and Gridania had long-standing armed forces that lent themselves well to the formation of the Maelstrom and the Order of the Twin Adder. To all intents and purposes, it was the same people, loyal ones, mind, under the same leadership. Only the banner was different. Not so the Flames. Ulda's military was made up of disparate orders, most of which were glorified mercenary companies that answered only to their own paymasters. Hardly an ideal environment in which to establish something as high-minded as a grand company. The difficulties Robon faced when founding the Immortal Flames are well known. Even after he convinced his fellow syndicate members to share the cost, there remained the small matter of finding enough bodies to fill the ranks. Indeed, given the pressing nature of the Imperial threat, that meant recruiting every passing sellsword. Amidst the chaos of its founding, it would have been child's play to infiltrate the company. A good deal easier than now, eh? The Immortal Flames have ever been caught between conflicting interests, the public and the private. Though the monetarists ultimately agreed to support the organization's founding, it was not out of charity that they did so, simple self-preservation. Had Nail von Darnus' ambition been any less apocalyptic, you may be sure that they would never have risked supplying Raban with an army. 'Tis but a wonder they did not attempt to extinguish the flames the moment the danger had passed. Returning to the present. Oh no, maniacal laughters. I wonder which game, buddy. I wonder which game. Even as we speak, our Doman allies are shadowing several high-ranking flames, any one of whom could be the Ivy. Desiring to deal a blow against the Empire, the refugees were eager to lend us their aid. I expect to hear from them ere long. Very good. Pray, continue your investigation with the first. Meanwhile, have the second attend to the unrest. The third can join the fourth in inspecting crystal shipments. If they notice anything unusual, I want to know about it. If Shiva is summoned in like manner to the other primals, the heretics will be looking for further supplies. Understood, Commander. Take a sip real quick. I shall send word to Sir Amric, informing him of our success in identifying the heretics' abattoirs. Hopefully, the information will be of some use to the Ishgardians. It is time, Commander. Yes, I am aware. An emergency council of the Alliance leadership has been called. There have been developments in Garlemald, it would seem. As Commander of the Crystal Braves, my presence has been requested. Would have you accompany me? As the realm's stoutest champion, it is only meet that you be present for the discussion. Oh, and the antecedent has already given her consent, lest you worry. Another quest accepted. See, where are we at? Well, let's see. We're at least down to here. Let's take care of all this real quick. Tendrils. We're on that one. Okay. Go ahead and save that. Minimize that. Alright. Alpha Node. Again. Like me, you are doubtless eager to conclude our business with Iceheart, but until another path to her sanctum is found, she will remain beyond our reach. Minfilia and the Archons are sparing no effort to secure an alternate route. Till such time as they succeed, I suggest we give some thought to the realm's other problems. I shall go on ahead to Gridania in readiness for the coming council. Meet me at Nafika's altar, and we shall make our way to the Lotus Stand together. Alright. Time to travel to New Gridania. Let's bring up our teleport. New Gridania. Alright, I need to adjust. Bear with me. Oh. Whew, sorry about that. Let's see, it's been coming up on 2 hours. I am Trainer 276. I am your liaison for Eorzea today. And I hope everybody's having a wonderful day. We're continuing on the post-game for A Realm Reborn. Right now we're going to go to the Conjurer's Guild to go to Nafika's altar. There we go. My thanks for coming. When you're ready, speak to the Conjurer yonder, and she'll show you into the Lotus Stand. Yes, she will, as per normal. The Alliance leaders await you at the Lotus Stand. Will you be joining them now? Yes. I do hope that this is voice acted, or I'm going to be having a sore throat tomorrow.
Change has come to the Garlean Empire, and we must discuss the implications.
The rumors are true, then? The War of Succession is ended.
It is. A new emperor reigns in Garlemald.
Who?
The birth and all too rapid expansion of the Garlean Empire is commonly attributed to the strategic brilliance of Solus Zosgalvus. Yet he did not rule alone. Several members of the royal household also distinguished themselves during his reign. Nevertheless, it was the eldest son who stood to inherit the throne, until his most untimely passing.
I thought us fortunate when I learned that the Emperor had died without naming his successor.
No love lost there.
The Garlean Empire had died with him.
'Twas the grandson and his uncle who had the strongest claims, was it not?
Indeed, yet claims count for little without the power to assert them. High Legatus Varus Ye Galvus is a respected military leader, not so his uncle.
So young Varus has torn the crown from his uncle's grasp and taken his place at the head of the empire.
That dude frowns a lot.
Given the troubled nature of his succession, the new emperor will require time to seal his grip on power. Yet have no doubt but that he shall, for there are none left with strength enough to oppose him.
Since the success of Operation Archon, the remnants of the 14th Legion and the forces occupying Alamigo have done naught but fortify their positions. But you can be sure they'll be ready to march on us again if their emperor gives the word.
When, not if. They say this Varus was so set upon Eorzean annexation that he spoke out against the Meteor Project.
Plainly, the new emperor's intentions are of great concern to us all. I propose that we set aside the Cartano dispute for the present, and discuss what measures the Alliance might take to prepare for a resumption of hostilities with Garlemald. Moreover, I move that we re-examine the question of how our former allies in Ishgard might be persuaded to retake their place at our side. Could Eorzea but stand as one, 'twould deal a grave blow to our enemies' ambitions.
Well, I suppose we should be grateful that they have finally acknowledged the inevitability of Imperial attack. Who knows? They may even do something about it. If only the leaders of Ishgard would follow their example and stop hiding behind their gates, praying for the coming storm to pass them by. But that is a discussion for another time. At present, I am more concerned by the fact that the Alliance's mooted preparations will be made known to the Garleans many moons before their coming. So long as the ivy eludes our grasp, no secret is safe.
It will not have escaped your notice that the nations of Eorzea are no nearer to being of one purpose, despite their protestations to the contrary. Plainly, the threat of a resurgent Garlemald is not enough to stir them, and the reason for this? Deep-rooted mistrust amongst the citizenry. The nation's leaders can come to all the understandings that they like, but their unity means little unless to the common folk. Take the Lumensians, for instance. Though Admiral Meroweb outlawed piracy over a decade ago, foreigners still picture the nation as a heaven for gog-swilling, wooden-legged cutthroats. And likewise, the Gridanians are mocked as hermits who talk to trees, and the Uldens scorned as swindlers who worship coin. Not that such sentiments are entirely without grounds, of course. Take that pillar of Ulden society, Teleja Adeleja, for example, but that is beside the point. The fact that people are wary of outsiders, whether they have cause to be or not. On that basis, one could argue that the conflict at Cartano is a necessary evil. Each nation has its own warmongering faction that advocates the acquisition of Omega. In order to placate them, we present them something resembling warfare, and thereby curb their appetite for full-scale conflict. But enough idle musings. Let us speak of a more pressing matter, the Ivy. Since we spoke at the Observatorium, Captain Ilbert has further shortened his list of suspects, and by happy coincidence, the one he deems the most likely candidate is lately come to Gridania. The hunt nears its end, Lil'Wolf. All that remains is to corner our query. Seek out Ilbert near the Adder's Nest. He will give you the particulars. Should there be any developments in Korthus, you may be sure that I will send word without delay. In the meantime, I wish you success in apprehending the Ivy. Right, we're close enough. We're just going to run. Wrong way. This way. There's Captain Ilbert. Alright. My thanks for coming, Scion. Doubtless the commander has informed you, but we have unmasked the Ivy. From this point on, we must proceed with extreme caution. Alright, we'll take the money. Ba-da-ba. Listen well. The spy we have been seeking all this time is none other than Flame Marshal Elaine Rowley, Roban's second in command. Prior to joining the Immortal Flame, she was a mercenary of no small renown. They say her skill with a polearm has to be seen to be believed. Of Ishgardian birth, she is the highest ranked foreigner in the Immortal Flames, barring the Flame General himself, of course. When he informed the Grand Company, Roban chose people based on their worth. Whence they hailed was of no interest. The Monetarists saw things differently, however. Having funded the enterprise, they reserved the right to reject candidates nominated for high-ranking positions. And 'twas no secret that they did not favor foreigners, Ishgardians especially, after the way the Holy See forsook the alliance. Yet the Monetarists did not raise so much as a murmur of protest when Riol was appointed to her post. Passing strange, is it not? Could it be that the Ivy has some hold over the Monetarists? But these revelations are secondary to our current mission. Of foremost interest to us is Riol's presence here now. As you may be aware, it is the duty of the Flame Marshal to command the Immortal Flames in the absence of the Flame General. While Roban attended the Council of Alliance Leaders, she should have remained at the Hall of Flames. The woman has no business being in Gridania, yet here she is nonetheless. On some pretense, she is up to something, mark my words. Even as we speak, I have a dozen men trawling the Flames' records for evidence of Riol's guilt. But if we can catch her red-handed, we shall have all the proof we need. Which brings me to the plan. I have people watching the city gates, the airship landing, and the docks. Every point of egress. She cannot leave without our knowledge. All that remains is to shadow her until she betrays her true purpose. Can I rely on your eyes, Scion? You have my thanks. Let us go and take care not to alert our quarry. Alright. Away he walks, and we'll just dash. Because the best way to sneak up on somebody is to run. Riol is headed in the direction of the Blue Badger Gate. With me, Scion. So Riol has entered the Carline canopy, meeting someone perchance? Or could it mean she means to board an airship? Pray, look for her within. If she is not on the upper floor, try the landing area below. One of mine is stationed there. She may have seen something. Ephemy is her name. I shall remain here. Alright. Oh, it's definitely going to be downstairs. Such an unexpected pleasure. What brings you here? A social visit, you say? How pleasant. No, she didn't come this way. I've noted every passenger, and none bore any resemblance. Well, don't let me keep you. Nowhere to be seen, you say. You are sure she did not board an airship? She did not come back out, either. Where in the seven hells could she have gone? Well, it is an inn. Maybe she's in a room. The Roost! How could I forget? Greetings, good sir. Might I interest you in some Montui tonic? Cup a day imbues a man with great vigor. If you take my meaning, perhaps another time, friend. Wait, that necklace. You are a shinobi of Doma. The woman you seek has left Gridania by way of West Shore Pier. She was attired as a merchant, but these eyes are not so easily deceived. You may wish to take your search to the East Shroud. Rest assured that we shall continue to support you from the shadows. Thank the 12 for the Domans. Were it not for their unique talents, Raoul would have disappeared without a trace. And we'll take the money. Bum, 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 ba-da-dum, bum. Next one. Our hunt leads us to the East Route, Scion. I suggest we follow Raoul's example and take the ferry from West Shore Pier. You'll doubtless wish to make certain preparations. See to them while I go on ahead. I shall wait for you at Sweet Bloom. At Sweet Bloom Pier. Alright. And running, and running, and running. Whee, whee. Bloop. And we're going to go to the Lancers Guild. There we go. Ha! To the ferry. Sweet Bloom. Yep, we're going to go to Sweet Bloom. Alright. Here's Ilberd. This way, my friends. Your query makes for the Hawthorne Hut. If Raoul is truly the one we seek, we can expect that she means to make contact with her Garlean masters there. Explanation is in order. You are no doubt aware that the Garleans have their own method of communicating over great distances. Well, our ingenious friends at Garland Ironworks have provided us with devices which disrupt these communications. We have installed them around the city-states. In so doing, we have made it difficult for Imperial agents to correspond with their masters. Raoul would thus have no choice but to rendezvous with her Imperial contact directly. Yet, as a well-known face in the Immortal Flames, she cannot move about Thanlin without being recognized. It would only be a matter of time before someone saw through her disguise. It is for this reason I believe that she has chosen the Black Shroud for her clandestine meeting. The Elizin are a common sight here, and her comings and goings are not like to turn any heads. As my scouts tell it, the Garleans have sent agents with a mind to destroy the devices and render such direct contact unnecessary. Fortunately, our shinobi have thus far been successful in rebuffing their efforts. This is it. We need only make for Hawthorne Hut, catch Raoul in the act. Time to fly. Might be able to report that our quarry has departed for the Bramble Patch. The Ivy returns to the Gnarls whence she came, but perhaps it is all for the better. To convict someone of her standing, we will require damning evidence against her. What could be better than to catch her in the act when she meets with her Garlean masters? My countrymen and I shall lie in wait in the shadows. Tread warily, my friends. Nope, I'm just going to take a Kokobo and fly in. Just beyond, Raoul is in conversation with an individual clad in the manner of an adventurer. An imperial intermediary, no doubt. This is it. With me! Duty commence. Play Marshal Align Raoul, you are under arrest for treason and espionage. You were followed? You bloody fool! Damnation. You are unarmed, my lady, and scarcely garbed for battle. But if you wish to fight, you are welcome to try. What is the meaning of this, Captain? Would you arrest me for strolling in the Twelveswood when last I looked that was no crime, and neither was conversing with passing strangers? You would feign ignorance, then? Very well. If you do think of something to say, there will be plenty of time to say it later. Now come quietly, or I shall make you wish you had. I will offer you no struggle. After all, I have naught to hide. Found a pupper dogs. Yeah, look, Yukiri. Even a warrior Raoul's renown could not have hoped to escape by force. Despite her claims, her surrender does not bespeak innocence, but an awareness that her position is untenable. With the ivy thus uprooted, it is to be hoped that the tendrils she entwined around the immortal flames will gradually wither and die. Mayhap then the people of Ura will have the grand company they desire. But let us speak of the present. If I may ask, what will you do now? So the Scions seek a way into Iceheart's sanctum, and I dare say you are eager to return to the Rising Stones. Pray do not let me keep you. Fear not, my countrymen and I shall tend to the aftermath. You need not waste your talents here. And speaking of talents, have you considered training in the art of shinobi? You have the aptitude for it, I believe, so please, give it some thought. Till next time, my friend. And speak with Minfilia. Back here at Mordona. I have to fix that. 1 second. Alright, let's try that again. No, I do not wish to. Okay, at least that still works. That one's not for some reason. Deal with it later. Alright. Into the Rising Stones. Alright, speaking of Minfilia, welcome back. I understand that Alphino had a task for you. May I ask what it was? Blah, 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 blah. Charges of treason and espionage against aligned role? I can scarce believe it. Could there not have been some manner of misunderstanding? No, it avails us not to dwell on it. Whatever the truth may be, we must trust to the authorities to uncover it. Let us speak of another matter. I am pleased to report that we have made progress in our efforts to find a way into Iceheart's sanctum. Take the money. As you may recall, Iceheart used the Aetheryte in the depths of Snowcloak to teleport a short distance to the west, most likely to the sanctuary of some description. It is there that we suspect she means to summon Shiva using the crystal she stole from the House Fortemp caravan. The heretics believe that they are bringing about the second coming of their patron saint, but if, as we suspect, they mean to hold a summoning ritual of the kind employed by the beast tribes, it seems likely that the result will be something more akin to a primal. Suffice it to say, they must be stopped, and stop them we shall. But first, we must surmount the obstacle that Iceheart has placed in our path. Ordinarily, it would be a simple matter to tap into the established Aethernet and thereby follow our quarry. However, despite our best efforts, we have been unable to ascertain the position of the Aetheryte to which she teleported. Our prevailing theory is that she destroyed the second Aetheryte upon arrival. A reckless, desperate measure, also an effective one. After discussing the matter at length with Eorzea, we have concluded that we lack the expertise to develop a solution, which is why we have called upon the aid of one who does possess such an expertise, a colleague of ours who is currently en route to Revenant's Toll, from Charlian. She should be arriving within the hour, in fact. Since you are here, mayhap we could welcome her together. I am certain she would appreciate the gesture. Let us make our way to the northern gates and await her coming. Love it. She walks to the, off to the side and she just vanishes and disappears and poof, shows up where she needs to be. I have to take the long way. Meh. Let's pop you up. There we go. Let's pop a facial green. What manner of woman is she, I wonder? Well, we have spoken before via Link Pearl, of course, but it is not the same. Waiting and waiting and waiting, waiting and waiting, waiting.
Minfilia, am I right?
None other. I bid you welcome to Revenant's Toll, and thank you for traveling so far on such short notice.
As if I could ever say no to Eorzea.
Moonbreeder is an accomplished Charlian scholar and an authority on Aetheryte technologies. She has played an invaluable role in our search for a means to capture Arcean souls.
Charmed, I'm sure.
I'm going to do something crazy. Whoop. There we go. Let us return to the Rising Stones at once, then. We have much to discuss. And they just walk off and vanish, and I have to take the longer route.
Moon! Gods, it's been ages!
Oh, longer, sister.
A joyous reunion indeed.
Well, of course it is. Moon and I are like twin sisters.
Save in appearance and aptitude.
Good old Papa Lima.
Everyone, if I could have your attention. We have with us an esteemed guest who has come from Shalian to assist us. I bid Moonbreeder join us here that she might share with us her extensive knowledge of Aetherites. Also, as many of you are already aware, she has been overseeing our research into white Aurethite, a sample of which she has been good enough to bring with her.
Well, I had to come, didn't I? You'd have to be bloody daft to turn your nose up at a chance like this. Where better to conduct my final tests than a land so steeped in ether you can taste it?
'Tis plain the passage of the years hath done little to dampen thy youthful spirits, and nothing at all to reform thy youthful manner.
Oriange, where in the hells have you been hiding?
Unhand me.
He is most uncomfortable.
Come all this way, and that's what you have to say to me. I much preferred when you were pleading with me to drop everything and hurry to your side. What was it you said? None save thee can satisfy this need.
Go on. Thine artless attempts to misrepresent mine all too innocent motives do thee little credit. Mine intent, as well thou knowest, was but to impress upon thee the gravity of the circumstance. Lest thou doubt, a deiform entity shall shortly be summoned, save if thou and no other grantest my compeers thine aid.
He speaks weird, I like it.
You still haven't found it then, your missing Aetherite?
We have not. No. We know that Iceheart teleported to an Aetherite not far from the first. Yet even after careful analysis, we could not locate a second beacon. We now suspect that the heretics destroyed the second Aetherite to impede our pursuit. Our allies continue to scour Snowcloak for Iceheart's sanctuary, but we have no guarantee that they will find it. Yet it must be found, for even now Iceheart prepares to call upon Saint Shiva.
I'm sorry, but if the Aetherite's been destroyed, then that's that. Although, you're absolutely sure she used the first Aetherite, are you? She didn't just use teleportation magics?
One of our own bore witness to her escape. I can say with absolute certainty that Iceheart used the Aetherite.
that case, there might be a way, so long as the ethereal current is still flowing.
Truly? How?
We use the current to recreate the beacon. As you know, Aetherites are a bit like lighthouses. We use them to reconstitute our physical forms when crossing the ethereal sea. Without them, we'd lose all sense of direction and our essence would dissipate. However, we don't rely solely on these beacons. There are currents of ether which flow between them, currents which help guide us to our destination. Now, these currents will gradually dwindle away to nothing if an Aetherite is destroyed. But, if even a sluggish flow remains, we could theoretically use it to direct a surge of concentrated ether towards the void left by the beacon, and thereby fill it up again.
Like opening the floodgates to fill a dry riverbed. Though, correct me if I'm wrong, but would we not need a veritable reservoir of ether?
In concert, we might manage to channel a sufficient volume, yet that is not my chief concern. To direct the flow of so great a volume of ether with the requisite precision would be a nigh impossible task in itself.
I barely succeeded in facilitating travel to an unattuned beacon. That which you describe sounds considerably more difficult.
And dangerous. Every person who has attempted to teleport in this fashion has died in the process. They, however, do not have white auracite at their disposal. I can use it to channel all the ether you can give me into the Aetherite. However, white auracite cannot retain ether for an extended period of time, so we would need to infuse it immediately beforehand. Just so you know, I'd confidently give this plan better than even odds of success. And if the worst comes to worst, your people won't suffer.
Though it risk the lives of our best and brightest, we have not the time to seek other options. If the ethereal current still flows, we shall carry out Moonbreeder's plan.
That's the spirit. Let's roll the dice.
And off we all go. To certain doom. More money. And yet, even though we all walked away, here we all are. I have already informed Alphino of our plan to recreate the beacon in the manner Moonbreda described. He agreed that, despite the inherent danger, it represents our only hope of success. He also said that he wished to meet you at Snowcloak before proceeding. I expect you will find him waiting for you when you arrive. I want you to know that I appreciate everything you have done on our behalf, and that I have faith you will return to us, as you always have. And out we go. Back to Snowcloak. Ooh, pardon me. Nice snap, crackle, and pop. And it's close enough, we're just going to fly. We're going to go out here. Hang not so much of a left. Again, we are not able to fly over the mountains. We'll have to go through them. Makes it a little slower. Going to remove you, lock you back down. Yes, I don't have any more mega potions, so we'll lock that back down. Do we have any potions? We have some high potions. Not that they will do us much good. Hi, Trigale. Good to see you. I was starting to wonder if you were having second thoughts. Captain Ilbert sends his regards, by the way. He attends to the interrogation of Ellen Riol and Ulda even as we speak. But I shall not distract you from the matter at hand. We can discuss the ivy upon your return. I trust that, by which I mean to say, the others are waiting for us at the Aetheryte. After you, Scion. There, it's ready. Huh, it worked, I think. Try tuning to the Aetheryte now. Feel for the current and try to locate the beacon. We have done all we can. For now, let us withdraw. When your final preparations are complete, you must seek out the beacon we have created. If, by the grace of the 12, you arrive safely, you must stop Iceheart before she summons Shiva. Let's see here. Where are we? We're right there. Yep. Alright. Let's see. We cannot ignore the possibility that our actions have alerted Iceheart to our plans. Should that be the case, she may attempt to hasten the completion of the summoning ritual, and if she succeeds, we will have little choice but to face Shiva in battle. Knowing little of this saint, I cannot say if your own strength will suffice, and so I would encourage you to call upon your allies. Some may have reservations about wagering their lives on the success of Moonbraida's experiment, but others will surely agree that desperate times call for desperate measures. Before you assemble your party, pray, speak with that knight. I believe he has a message for you from Sir Aymeric. Sir Aymeric regrets that he could not be here in person and asks that I read to you this letter. Ishgard faces an unprecedented threat. Yet, in our hour of need, it is not her knights who stand poised to defend her. Lil'Wolf Erison, the warrior of light, savior of Eorzea, your deeds this day shall not be forgotten. Where others would flee, you choose to remain. Where others would falter, you rise to the challenge. Where others would use their gifts for selfish ends, you wield yours in the service to a greater cause. May Halan bless you with the good fortune and see you safely home. Afa Hard. Alright. No, not examine. Invite to party. Alright. Hit the auto run button. we go. Now, something tells me I probably will not be main tank for this. Come on, DPS. Come on, DPS. No. Oh. And now we wait till further times. Party member withdrew. There we go. Come on. There we go.
You should never have come here, warrior of light. I labor only to forge a lasting peace. A peace you would deny us out of ignorance and blind faith. No matter. If it is our fate to be at odds, then it is mine to strike you down. We whom gods and men have forsaken shall be the instruments of our own deliverance. Partake of my flesh. Fill this vessel with your light. Walk amongst your brothers and sisters once more. Oh, Saint Shiva, still the hatred within our hearts and bless us eternal grace.
me throw on tank stance because the other tank has now perished. I don't think we're going to win this one, but I could be wrong. Oh, there I go. We have lost this one. Oh. Max HP, damage dealt, spell-based damage, everything's been increased. Alright, there these four guys come. Alright, we're going to get ready for the deep freeze. Should be coming up very shortly. And here it comes. Nothing we can do about this. Alright. Wait for them to shatter one by one. Get out of the center. Get it out, get it out, get it out. There we go. Much better. Much better this time. Oh, I hate that. There we go. And give everybody a bow. Alright. I'm gonna wait here for just a brief second. Second time's a charm. And it does. It takes sometimes, you know. You get in, you don't know the mechanics very well. This is the first time I've been in on this character. First time I've tanked in this area. And sometimes you just gotta figure it out as you go.
Fool. Blind, bloody fool. You, of all people, should understand the suffering war begets. That no sacrifice is too great if it brings an end to the violence. Mine is the righteous cause. You fight in a war you do not understand, a pawn of liars and schemers. And they are no less ignorant than you, following the creed of their fathers without question, never thinking to ask why. Trapped in a delusion of their own creation and blind to the truth. Warrior of light, redemption is not beyond us. We who walk before may lead those who walk after. Seek the keeper of the lake. See with eyes unclouded. Do not squander a mother's gift.
And so the vessel withdraws, a predictable outcome. Nevertheless, Lil'Wolf will be pleased. How unfortunate.
Alright, time to talk to Moonbreda. By the 12, you're alive. I mean, of course you're alive. Why wouldn't you be? Yeah. Iceheart did what? And you're certain about that? Are you? Dravanians are skilled with glamours, after all. Look, if you say that's how you... If you say that's what you saw, I believe you. It's just that I've never heard of a primal being summoned like that before. Are you sure you're not injured? Head trauma has been known to cause hallucinations, you see. No? Fair enough, I was only asking. If you ask me, there's naught to be gained from mulling over the implications of your story in the freezing cold. Let's save it for the Rising Stones, eh? I'll get everyone to meet us there. Ah, but before that, you'd best pay a visit to White Brim Front and speak with Alphino. He's probably worried sick about you. That, or he's busy playing at politics with the Ishgardians. Either way, I'm sure he'll be delighted to see you hale and healthy. Speaking of which, you don't have a headache or anything, do you? No? Blurred vision? Oh, no reason. See you again. Suspicion, Moonbreda. Suspicion. Welcome back. It's a pleasure to have you here. Matter of fact. No! Stop. I need to redo those buttons. Lay sigh. Haha! Shout out the dragon rat. It's a dragon rat! Oh yeah! My wonderful wife, Dragon Rat, who is also a streamer, streams cooking. All the cooking. And some watch parties. Mainly the cooking. Aw. Aha, there they are. I'm like, what happened to my emotes? Wee. Oh, wait, oh, down, down, down. Oh no, he's with Dromont. Okay. That's good, because I'm pretty sure Dromont's going to want to know that we kicked Shiva's butt. Whee! There he is, and none the worse for wear. Was there ever any doubt that the Warrior of Light would succeed? I think I speak for us all when I say that I should like nothing more than to hear the stirring tale of your victory, if you would be so kind. Then we were too late to prevent the summoning. But not too late to prevent further loss of life, an outcome worthy of celebration, and one for which we have Lil'Wolf to thank. Yes, you are right, of course, Sir Emmerich. We should be content with that. We should be content with what we have accomplished. I, for one, could not have wished for a better outcome. Shiva is no longer a threat, and the heretics have been routed. Aye, there is the matter of Iceheart's escape, but she cannot run forever. Whether it takes days, weeks, moons, or even years, my knights will find her. In the meantime, Lord Dromont, is the caravan ready? Supplies that your men recovered have been prepared for transport in accordance with your wishes. Rest assured that my knights will see them safely to Revenant's Toll. Of that, I have no doubt. I take it these are the self-same supplies the heretics stole from the House 4-Temp caravan. Less the crystals, which comprise the bulk of the shipment, yes, scarcely a fraction of which was promised, but the meaningful contribution to your cause all the same. Ah, on a unrelated note, Lil'Wolf, might I trouble you to accompany me to Camp Dragonhead at your earliest convenience? 'Tis not for my benefit. A certain lord was most distressed when he learned of your intent to risk life and limb to stop Iceheart. Took half a dozen knights to restrain him, I am told. Men give vent to their anxieties in myriad ways. Pray, do not think less of him. Alright. Welcome to the chicken. We have fun in chicken. What were you thinking? Wagering your very being on a dubious theory which might allow you to enter Iceheart's lair, knowing full well that she could have sufficient forewarning to complete her ritual to summon Shiva anyway. And then, engaging the abomination in mortal combat. By the fury, Lil'Wolf. 'Tis the stuff of ballads, a battle for the ages. Would that I had been there to fight by your side. Yet, here I was forced to wait, condemned to wonder at the fate of a dear friend for a veritable eternity. I would not wish such torture on my most hated enemy. But you are here now, and that is truly what matters. Let us move on. Sir Emmerich wished to have words with you and Master Alphino in private. He awaits us in the intercessory. Whee! Whee! Greetings, I shall show you in. Yay, let's see how far we are. Oh, not too further.
On behalf of the Holy See of Ishgard, allow me to express my deepest thanks. Never before have we been required to contend with a prime. Indeed, there were fears in some quarters that our knights might not be equal to the task. From what we have now learned of these beings, I can say with certainty that we would have lost a great many men had the Scions not intervened.
Then the argument for preemptive action should be self-evident. Perchance now you will reconsider my proposal that Ishgard move against Nautalon.
Ere we first met, a similar proposal was tabled, but the Holy See decreed that we were to observe, and that military action should be taken only in self-defense. All things considered, it was not an unreasonable decision. Since the calamity, 2 vigils have fallen to the Horde, while Garuda has never shown any inclination to storm the gates of judgment. Which is why this unprecedented crisis and its resolution may prompt a change in policy. You who have faced these primals know well the threat they pose. Ishgard did not. Not until now. And there is naught like a brush with death to change a man's outlook.
At the very least, this should silence any lingering objections to our arrangement with Revenant's Toll. The Holy See may even feel moved to grant us its formal endorsement.
So far as it is possible, the Scions shall be compensated for their service.
We should be grateful for any aid you can provide.
As a gesture of good faith, I shall withdraw my previous request. Your people are doubtless needed elsewhere.
That will not be necessary. We, too, have a vested interest in watching Dravania's movements.
I see. Once more, I must thank you.
Sir Emmerich, if I may, do you truly believe that Midgardsormr could return?
The heavens are a window unto truth, but those who interpret their movements are not infallible. I requested your involvement as a precautionary measure.
But of course, you sought an excuse to compensate us from the first, mindful of what would happen if Revenant's Toll were taken by your enemies. Ishgard is not wont to aid its neighbors, but that does not preclude it from manipulating them to serve its own interests.
Choose your next words carefully.
Do you know what sort of man becomes Lord Commander of the Temple Knights? One who comes from good stock. I did not. Yet here I am now. Why do you suppose that is? Because I swiftly learned to tell the difference between words, deeds, and beliefs. You are correct, Master Leveilleur. Ishgard desires to see Revenant's Toll flourish, as it would present a troublesome obstacle to our enemies from the south.
We are so glad to be of use to you.
As we are to you. Ours is a mutually beneficial arrangement, lest we forget, one born of necessity. The dragons grow more restless by the day, and the heretics harry us nigh without cease. We have contended with such troubles for centuries, but there are limits to even our endurance. Yet as a pauper is loath to part with his meager possessions, the leaders of Ishgard are not wont to render up their trust to outsiders. But with perseverance on our part, they may yet be made to see the light. Nevertheless, one must take care when walking the road less traveled.
Wise words, Sir Emmerich. I shall make a point to remember them. I must apologize for my earlier outburst. I hope it will not sour our good relations.
Not at all. You but spoke from the heart. I trust you understand that at times my duties may prevent me from meeting with you. On such occasions, my second-in-command will speak for me.
Lucia, at your service. Pray excuse our reticence. We are but wary of speaking too freely, lest our sentiments be made known to our enemies. Know that the Lord Commander and I are of one mind. For the sake of Ishgard, and of Eorzea at large, I pray our peoples can put aside their differences.
Those who dwell in the past risk losing sight of their future.
Should aught befall one of our shipments, pray inform Lucia immediately. You may also relay to her any words you might have for me alone. Not being of Ishgardian birth, she owes no allegiance to any noble house, making her as near to incorruptible as one can find in my homeland. Suffice it to say, I trust her completely, and so may you. Which reminds me, Lord Orshafon, if you would be so kind.
Certainly.
In times such as these, trust is ever in short supply. Mayhap this will go some way to rectify the problem. The results of our investigation into the heretics' recent attacks, as well as our interrogation of the merchant you detained.
Sir Emmerich, I cannot thank you enough.
Think nothing of it. Ishgard may be many things, but it is no friend to Garlemald.
Did I not tell you to have faith, my friend?
And complete. We'll pick up our next quest, and I think we're going to call it a day at that. There's our next quest. It would seem we have much to discuss with our friends at the Rising Stones. What you say is true. Iceheart's method of summoning Shiva defies all precedent. It necessitates a complete reappraisal of the primal threat, and of our approach to combating it. Moreover, there are grave ramifications if word of this incident reaches Imperial ears. The Garlean Empire believes that primals are an insufferable menace, that their mere existence is a threat to this very star. As such, they deem any action taken against the beast tribes to be justified by default. Imagine then, if it became known that it was not only the beast tribes of Eorzea that could summon primals, but her civilized people as well. Any lingering objections to the Eorzean campaign would vanish overnight. Where before we had to contend with a single Imperial Legion, we could well find ourselves facing the combined might of all Garlemald. But I speak unadvisedly. Come, it is better that we continue this conversation in Mordona. Alright, we're going to mount up. That is going to be it for the day. We are up to Eyes Unclouded. So we've got 3 more quests in this section. 8 in the next, and then 16 in the last. Now, each of those steps can obviously comprise multiple steps, so let us switch over to the ending screen. I have been your host, Trainer276, on this Adventures in Eorzea. I am your liaison today. And today, let's figure out who we are going to raid out to. Let's find out. Let's go back to Twitch and see who is online. Okay. Looks like we are going to raid our good friend Tyr Molnir. He is playing some Yakuza 0. Let's go give him some love, shall we? Let me click into him, make sure he's actually there. Unlike the last time I raided into somebody who was AFK. Come on, add end. Come on. There we go! Level 4 hype train. Alright, we're going to go give Tyr Molnir some love. We just finished the level 4 hype train. Let's get on over there. Show him some love, everybody. Take care, have a wonderful day, and I'll see you next week for some more travels in Eorzea. Oh, and it's birthday stream. How wonderful.